Hi there, and today I'm going to be showing you what I made at the Minifig Factory at the Lego store in Disneyland Paris. Now, in my previous video I showed you around the Lego store in Disneyland Paris, and I showed you what I bought on my New Year's Day shopping haul. And if you haven't seen that video but you'd like to, I'll put a link to it in the description below. But today I'm going to show you the Minifig Factory at Disneyland Paris. And as we're talking about minifigures, the one thing that I didn't show you in my last video is that the huge mosaic outside the Lego store in Disneyland is itself entirely made from minifigures. Now, you don't find minifig factories in all Lego stores, so if you haven't seen one before, I'll take you through the process. First of all, you actually just buy an empty cardboard box, but you place this on a sensor next to a screen and type in your name to start designing your own minifigure. Now, when I did this in both London and Disney World in Orlando, the factory had unique items specific to that location, and I'll show you those minifigs later on, but Paris had nothing unique to the location, not even an Eiffel Tower or a baguette. So instead, I took my inspiration from a minifigure torch that was for sale in the store and made my very own French cultural stereotype minifigure. So first I drew the black lines on the torso, then I drew on the red tie, and on the back I added some writing in the French tricolor colours. The touchscreen is really easy to use, and you can turn your figure round so you can see the front and the back while you're working on it, and you can also reduce it down to see what it looks like in actual size. And when I was happy with it, I pressed the big green go button and went to get my other parts to finish it off while it was printing. Now, the Paris store had a huge tower of parts to choose from, but on closer inspection it didn't actually have that much choice inside. So for headpieces I could choose a long yellow ponytail, a purple flower, a pink turban, an azure ice cream, a witch's hat, or a firework. But after a lot of rummaging, I managed to find a lonely builder's hat, so I chose that. There wasn't a great choice of accessories either, and it came down to either a large red boat, or this, which is obviously a French letter. My torso was still being printed, so I visited the pick and build wall, or as the French would have it, the choisi et construit wall, and you can see what I bought there in my previous video. And after that, I had one final rummage around in the accessories bin to see if I could find some better parts, and I managed to find this chef's hat. So I made a last minute change and swapped the builder's hat for this instead. And here he is next to my LED torch inspiration, which I also bought. And considering I had to do it all freehand, I think I made a pretty good job of it. But now I'm home, I'm going to swap his head from my standard minifig Jez head, and as I'm wearing a chef's hat, we're going to swap that French letter for something more appropriate. And although I'm really pleased with the front, the red, white and blue writing on his back didn't show up as well on black as I'd hoped it would. But if we zoom right in, you can just about make it out. The other item you get with your minifig when it's printed is a 1x3 white brick with the Minifig Factory's location printed on it and the name that you typed in on the other side. And here he is with my 3 previous ones I've made. But when comparing the backs of the bricks, you can see that the font size that France uses is significantly bigger than the other 3 stores. The Leicester Square store has this London bus which is exclusive to their store, and the Disney Spring stores had lots of different Orlando torsos, so I'd used this one on the front and added Disney World 2022, and on the back I used this other Orlando print. If you haven't visited the Lego store in Disneyland Paris, I'd recommend going to check out my previous video all about it, and you'll be able to see what I bought on New Year's Day with all the new Lego releases. If you've been to a Lego minifigure factory yourself, let me know in the comments below your experiences. I'd love to hear how it went for you. I make sure I reply to all the comments on my videos, so please let me know what you think. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, it really helps me out, and of course, please subscribe for more Lego videos.